What's up, girlies? So, welcome to the Life of the Pretty and the Powerful Vlogmas Day 3. I know, girlies, I am 3 days in and I am surprised at myself because I had already told y'all that, this was completely new for me. But how about I haven't posted day 1 and day 2 because I haven't edited. First of all, it took an extremely long time to export those out of my camera. And by the time I got done exporting, girl, I was ready to go to bed. I go to bed early over here, honey, because I wake up super early. I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. And so 10:30, girl, it's time for me to go to bed. But I'm supposed to take y'all with me to work. But this morning got away from me because I had to take a few meetings on the phone this morning and all of that. And I ain't had time to be editing and silencing my voice so y'all couldn't hear what I was talking about on the phone and all the other kind of good stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just get with the girlies when I get home. So when I got home today, I had a small consultation about what the future looked like, right? You guys know that I am, again, already heavily in my Q1 planning. And so I have been trying to figure out like what my next steps are so that way I am not wasting time and wasting energy on things that are not aligned with the mission. And I was kind of I guess in between two different things. So the first thing I was trying to look at was that this platform that I saw that is it has a special going on, and they will connect you to podcasts and other conferences that are looking for speakers, right? Because if you guys don't know, I am starting down the path of becoming a motivational speaker. Now, what's funny about this is that I did not prefer motivational speakers. Like people would tell me all the time, like, oh, I listen to them, in the morning or whenever I need kind of like a pick me up. Like my ex used to listen to motivational speaking all the time in those videos where, it's kind of like a voiceover over these people doing these amazing things physically. So like in the gym and stuff like that. And he used to all the time like encourage me to listen to them and play them, and I just was not into it. And then I started running across Sarah Jakes. That's my girl. I just missed her. I did not know she was going to be in Chicago. I saw that this event was going on, but for some reason I just thought she wasn't going to be there. But yes, so I started listening to her, and her sermons just be hitting so deep for me. Like I could listen to her all day. And I had always kind of been told too that I have a really nice voice and that I do a lot of encouraging and a lot of I don't want to say preaching to the girlies, but I definitely be encouraging the girlies, right? I'm always talking to the girlies and pouring into them. And once I kind of really, really leaned into that and I started kind of telling people like, well, I guess listening to people, that's when I had got my mission, right? I had got my vision. And that's what God told me. God said, this is where you're going, babe. And I was like, okay. So now again, if you've been around for a minute, you may have heard me say, I remember in January, I was working on my other business, Black Girl Admin. And I remember my personal assistant, he kept telling me, hey, you need to get in front of the camera. And because you have to kind of sell these digital products. And I was like, no, Henry, I am not interested in getting in front of the camera. I don't want to get in front of the camera. And he was also telling me I needed to, I'm always kicking the camera. He was telling me that I needed to like, just like I said, get in front of the camera, talk about my digital products. He was like, well, just do voiceovers. And I was like, Henry, no, like I'm not interested in doing any of that. And I don't know what happened, y'all. I want to say maybe like a month or two later, I bought a camera and I also got a new phone and I just started filming content. But y'all know I don't do anything without research. So I had already researched a lot about how to do this, what other people were doing, how to use this camera, what's the best camera to get, what kind of iPhone I need to get. So I was knowledgeable before I stepped into the space, but I did not have the confidence to get in front of the camera as I do now. Even, right now talking to you guys again, just on the fly, kind of doing Vlogmas, this is really helping me to step out of my comfort zone because my comfort zone is very curated. So I plan everything. So for this is different. But I mean, it's really not that different. Like, of course, I made sure that my hair looked okay in it. I had some lip gloss on, and that the background was pretty good. But that comes from me also being a planner. So I planned my aesthetic, my decor at home to be ready to shoot whenever I want. So I never had to kind of worry about like, what the background looked like or what it like. My vision was to have a content house. I went to a content house and was blown away. And I was like, I need a content house, but at home. So when I started decorating my apartment, I really focused on that, right? Like, like I wanted the big mirror so that I could film, try-ons for you guys and kind of mirror messages and talk in the mirror. And obviously I love taking pictures. So of course I wanted a big mirror. What girl doesn't want a big mirror? And then I made sure I had pretty benches and, the pretty jungle. You guys are always seeing the pictures of the pretty jungle. I'm going to do a video, doing one of these days, and I'm going to show you guys the pretty jungle and tell you everybody's name and stuff like that. I know you guys probably seen my video of me giving them their spa day. They have a spa day every Sunday. But since they moved, and sometimes, you have to be really careful. They can be really finicky, right? Like, so I moved them literally to the whole other side of the room. So they are still adjusting. And I felt like, so we put spa days on hold because spa days does take a lot out of them. Like, even though, they really like it, it does require me like tugging on their leaves and, going in and playing with the dirt and stuff like that. And I just don't feel like they into that right now. Like, they kind of like, girl, just let us get settled in. So, but I'll show you guys a pretty jungle. But again, when I was filming, I feel when I was decorating, I was very intentional about that. So I'm very intentional about everything that I do, which is where intentional details kind of came from for me, because everything I do, I do with intention. So when decorating, it was with intention, the intention of me being able to film whenever I want to film. My hair, I make very intentional decisions about my hair because I need my hair to be ready to go whenever I need it to be. Like, I don't have time to be, sitting at home trying to figure it out. Do I got to color it? Do I got to perm it? Do I got to straighten it? Do I got to curl it? Do I got to ride it? Girl, I ain't got time for all that. I be needing somewhere I can get up and still look good. Even with my clothes, right? Like, I do a lot of capsule pieces in my wardrobe because I need to be able to get dressed quickly. Like, and I need to be able to look well put together. I need the clothes to fit me really good and things of that nature. But also too, I like intentional details because they remind me of where I'm going. So like, obviously my goal is to be full-time for myself. Y'all, now listen to this deadline. This deadline is June 26, 2026. And I know, you're like, well, what's so good about that date? Nothing, girl. I just like palindromes. Like, that's just what I like. So I saw that date and was like, oh, that'll be a great day for me to set to be able to go full time and be on my own. So with that being said, but look, remember I told y'all sometimes we get distracted. So with the intentional detail of that, like before, not currently, clearly, I would set my like I would set like a calendar date and set my passwords. My passwords would have that date in there. Again, not anymore. So I can say this online because I change my passwords frequently. But it's just one of those things where, I see that date a lot. So I wrote it on my wall. I have a calendar of it on my phone so I can see that date. So it kind of reminds me of what I'm working towards. So going back to my original thought, I had a consultation today. And I had a consultation because I needed to know if I needed a platform or did I need a marketing strategist or did I need both? But I'm also trying not to waste money. I am notorious for getting tools and getting services and getting coaching sessions and stuff like that when I don't need them. So I probably am like 6 months from getting on anybody's stage. So I was like, okay, 6 months from getting on anybody's stage, but I want a marketing strategist right now so I can continue, to know that I'm going down the right path. And I realized, like, you know what? Sometime when we go to these subject matter experts or these coaches, we are looking for a lot of time confirmation. Like, we want them to tell us like, yes, that is an awesome idea and that is exactly what you should be doing. That's what we're paying for. We're paying for someone to kind of just give us that confirmation. And girly, I'm just here to tell you, girls, I can give you that confirmation, okay? Because each and every one of you guys are that girl, right? Each and every one of y'all, you guys are that girl. Look, you guys are that girl. Y'all know what I mean. But what I will pay for is I will pay for strategy, and I will pay for actionable steps. But mainly, that's what I'll pay for. I don't need the confirmation, which is where I feel like sometimes people kind of lean towards, right? They some of these coaches, they kind of fall in those buckets where they're just a coach that's there to cheer you on, right? Cheer you on. Yes, you're doing a great. This is a great, great. This is a great idea of what you're doing, and this is exactly what you're made for. And then when you are having moments of doubt, they're there to cheer you on. And instead of that, I prefer someone who gives me strategy. Like, listen, in 90 days, I'm going to take you here. In 30 days, we're going to work on, let's say you're going to work on your mindset. And this is what we're going to do in these 30 days to work on your mindset. And at the end of these 30 days, you are going to feel like this, and this is what's going to kind of happen, right? Then the next 30 days, okay, now we're going to work on your visibility. These are the things I need you to do in the next 30 days. And at the end of these 30 days, we're going to have this. Now, obviously, some goals are going to be contingent on other things, right? Like the algorithm. Can't nobody really control the algorithm except for Threads. I do feel like Threads, y'all, is getting the algorithm right. I could like 2 or 3 posts or make a comment about 2 or 3 things, and baby, that's all I see on my timeline for the next 2 to 3 months. Like, I made a post about dating, and that's all I see now is dating. My timeline is literally dating, Christian talk. So you like the girlies who, the Christian girlies, and Bible study, stuff like that. And makeup. That's literally my entire timeline. Like, if it's not a Christian girly thread or a dating thread or a makeup / fragrance thread, anything in that line, makeup, skincare, body care, that kind of stuff, then that's it. That's the entire threads. And I feel like, wow, like you guys got my interest together so well. But for some reason, I don't know why I'm not popping up in the girlies who are looking for motivational content or who are looking for reviews or anything like that. Why I'm not popping up in their algorithm. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't spend a ton of time on threads. Like, I use threads more than I do to promote myself more on threads. Like, I use it more as just like, again, obviously what I'm looking at, makeup and dating and the Christian girlies and Bible study and stuff, opposed to kind of promoting what my platform is. So, um, yeah, so I had to kind of think about that when I was in this consultation. When I was going to have this consultation, like, like, what exactly do I need, and what kind of coach are you, or kind of consultant are you? Are you more strategy, or are you more let me cheer you on? And I was very clear. See, I think sometimes too, when we book these consultations and we book services, you need to be clear on what it is that you need out of this person, right? Again, do you need somebody who's going to kind of just cheer you on and help you when you have moments of doubt and things like that, or are you looking for someone to provide you with some real strategy? And you'll know instantly in that consultation. Like, I always look people to kind of do consultations, because in that consultation you'll figure it out. You'll know, like, okay, well, you know what, this girly, she was able to provide me with a lot of results. She already is talking action items, things like that. But this girly over here, she's just kind of giving me confirmation that the road I'm going down is the right road. And, she's all like, girl, you're great. You're awesome. You're amazing. And so you'll know what you're kind of getting in that consultation call. But be clear about what you need. Because like I said, some of us need that person who's going to kind of cheer us on, and some of us need strategy. I'm at the point in my life where I need strategy, right? I need to know that you have done this before and that you can give me real results. I want you to literally be like, the results depend on you. Here is the blueprint. Now, whether you're going to follow the blueprint is up to you. So, but that goes back to what I've been saying the last few days, is that, prayers require participation. Like, it's a partnership between you and God. When you are sitting here and we're praying these big prayers, yes, God is responsible for the supernatural stuff, but we're responsible for our part too. And I think that's where it get a little gray area at, because we just want to pray. We just want to pray and pray and pray. And we say, yes, pray in Lord Jesus' name. And we write it down and all that other kind of good stuff. And we write in the vision. But the making it plain part, y'all, I know I be beating a dead horse, but baby, making it plain, like making it plain is, now you have to follow the blueprint that you've written out, or you got to walk the walk that you've talked about. It's time for you to walk that walk now, girly. So that's where I'm at. So like I said, I had the consultation. I have decided that I do not, well, that coach or consultant was not for me because she could not give me any type of I guess examples of the strategy or vision. She couldn't sell me her vision. And I feel like if I'm having, again, because I used to do consultations, right? I I believed in I have to sell you the vision, right? So if you come to me for a resume and you're like, okay, this is wrong with my resume, da, 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 I've done the pre-work. So I already look at your resume. I've already kind of asked you a few questions so I can know. So when we get on that call, now it's time for me to sell you the vision. I have to sell you what this resume is going to look like, where you're going to be able to go from this resume, what this resume is going to do, how the process is going to work, what's the process going to work when we get done turning the resume in, like what if I need edits, that kind of stuff. I have to sell it to you. I have to sell you the vision about what's going to happen and sell you the vision of what's going to be the outcome of this. And that's what you should be doing in these consultation calls. Like you got to sell your vision. And if you can't sell me a vision, then girly, me and you ain't we ain't here, girl. We ain't here. So I've decided to not do that. But I am taking you guys along as we go down this path, right? So right now we're building the pretty and powerful blueprint. And this is the foundation of it, right? So we've already done really great things. We're getting we're telling the algorithm, whether it's YouTube, IG, TikTok, what we talk about, and we're being consistent, right? Because the algorithm rewards consistency. But also too, because again, this is a partnership between me and God. God gave me this vision. He gave me this mission. He said, girl, this is the walk that you gonna walk, you know? And I'm like, okay, I actually have to walk it now. I have to go down that path. And that requires me to do the things that I can control in my part. Now he's gonna handle all the other stuff, but I have to do the things like I have to map it out. I have to plan out, right? I got the vision, but how are we going to get to the vision, right? I got the destination, but how are we going to get to the destination? And so that's where I'm at. But luckily, I have built many businesses over the years. This is not my first rodeo building something from the ground up. So I'm being very strategic about what I spend money on. I'm being very strategic about what I spend my energy on and my time on because I don't have time to waste. As I just told you, girlies, what my deadline is, right? Like that's my deadline. And my deadline really is one of those things where we have to meet that deadline. Like it's not flexible. This is a hard deadline and we have to meet it. And I feel like we're doing the right thing. Like this, everything that I've been doing in the last 2 weeks, I don't know if I said this before in another video, but I have been really, really, really intentional about the things that I'm doing. And I've actually been doing them. So it's more of doing and thinking about it later. I think about everything first in a lot. Like I'll probably think about it like all day before I actually do something and take a step. But that's just how my mind works. But I've had to learn that in this space and as fast as things go and as fast as God is taking me, I don't have a lot of time to sit and think. Now he gonna give me a few days to kind of, mull it over, think about the steps, think about the progress, think about the process. But he's not giving me a whole lot of time to talk myself out of it. And so that's where we at. Like even now, girlie, talking to you guys, I've wanted to cut this camera off like 15 times now because it's like, okay, oh my gosh, you're going off track. You're going here, you're going there. And it's like, girl, that's what the girlies are coming here for. Like, the conversation is the conversation, so that's what kind of happens sometimes. You be talking about one thing, you get off track, and then you come back and say something about, something else. And that's just it. Like I said, I'm going to do very minimal editing when it comes to this because this is the real me. You girlies want to know everything in details. Here I am. I'm a yapper. I love to yap, but I know what I'm yapping about. Like, I got a lot of, I have a lot of knowledge. I know a lot of things. And I'm also, again, I'm here to pour into you, girly. So I feel like knowledge is power. And that's what I'm giving y'all. So all the knowledge I got, I'm giving it to y'all. So that's where we at. So we are going to get off of here because I have not posted day 1 or 2, and I want to post day 1, 2, and 3 at the same time so the girls can have something to binge watch. But it is my favorite. It's long form content. So this is probably my shortest video. My other videos are like 45 minutes long. But yeah, you guys will be going along for this ride. Like I said, the podcast is kind of like the foundation of the motivational speaking. I actually have written my first three keynote speeches, but guess what, y'all? I have not said them out loud. I know, like I know y'all like, girl, what? Yes, like I literally written them down, done the. Okay. I've done the note taking. I've edited them up. I don't chop them up, chopped and screwed them, turned around, did three, four, five versions of them. And I have yet to say it out loud. And I haven't said it out loud because let me tell you what my neighbor said, y'all. So my neighbor, so this backside, I have neighbors on both sides, but my bed is on that side of the room, and that's the other neighbor. And then this is a new neighbor. So the other neighbor over here, I know him a little bit more than I know the one over here. But the walls sometimes can be super thin. So the other day I was on the phone because I sit here on my couch on the phone. And I was on the phone and he was like, and I heard him and he was like, damn, well, I don't know if I can say it. I might have to edit that out. He was like, D, she always on the phone. Like who this B word always talking on the phone. She always talk about something. She fine as ever, but she talk a lot. And I was like, well, excuse me, for kind of having this conversation, like I be talking to the girlies, but a lot of the time I'm up. Remember I told y'all I get up early. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So sometimes I'm recording a podcast or I'm doing a video, especially on the weekends. Like, don't let it be a content day. I be talking and usually I'm up early though. Like I try to be respectful of, the people around me or whatever. Even though the noise level, you can have noise up until I think like 11:30. But I try to be respectful of it and I don't because I know I talk loud and I don't have carpet in here. I didn't put I had carpet in here. I took the carpet up because of my allergies, but the sound is kind of just bouncing off the walls. So somebody told me to get a like they got these things that go on the wall so that I guess it can muffle the sound. And yeah, I don't like the way they look. That's just not my aesthetic that I'm going for. Like, I don't want anything on my walls behind me right now. Like, I love this kind of like blank canvas. It's like just little subtle things. But I don't want that. So I'm gonna have to figure out how I can practice my keynote speeches while still being respectful of my neighbors. Now, we do have a residence lounge, but you have to rent it. And it's gonna go under construction. But you have to rent it. But I thought about it like I don't want to be on there practicing because that's not my zone. Remember, I told you guys that sometimes you got to get into your creativity zone. And well, maybe I haven't told y'all that. That might be on a future podcast, or a few videos I'm gonna drop. But it's important for you to be in your zone, right? In your zone, so that your creative juices can flow freely. And that's why my house is the way it is, because in here I'm super creative, right? I have the freedom to be as creative as I want, and it feels comfortable, and I have everything I need. I don't go down to the residence lounge and do it, but I need to play with my voice. And when I say play with my voice, when people are speaking, you have to convey emotion through your words, right? And I was telling the girl this today at work, and she was like, "You already do that, Eb." And I was like, "Yeah, but I guess I gotta hear it. I see it. Like I said, I have not said these speeches out loud. Like they just live on paper, and it's three of them, y'all, and they good, right? I mean, I set up the framework of my, the pretty and powerful blueprint, and y'all, it's it's tea. It's tea. I can't wait till y'all. I cannot wait till y'all hear it. I don't even know how I'm gonna even drop these keynote speeches, right? Like I want to kind of drop them somewhere where people gonna actually be able to listen to them. But I don't know if I need to pitch and go drop them on somebody's stage live and then have the recordings and then chop that up and put that online, or if I need to do it here in front of the camera with the girlies, or if I need to do it on a podcast. Like I have no idea. That's what I wanted the consultant to tell me. Like, girl, how do I soft launch this, right? Because again. Oh, excuse me, girlies. Um, I need to soft launch this and I need to like how? Like what's the best way? Should I be soft launching this on my podcast? Should I be soft launching this on video? Should I be soft launching this on somebody's stage? Should I host an event, bring all my friends and my supporters out, and then I launch this on stage and then do it that way? Like, what is the vision? And don't get me wrong, I know that in these consultations, because some of them are free. This one was paid though, but some of them are free. you be like, well, I ain't finna give you the sauce, but girl, I ain't telling you to give me the how, but you got to give me something. Like you got to bait me. Like give me a little bait. You could have been like, girl, yeah, I think you should do this because of this. Like, I think you should soft launch on your podcast because you're already growing that platform, and it'll also let you get the first time jitters out, right? Because you won't be in front of the camera and you won't have to think about like what you got on and how you looking and all of that. You could just focus on the message. That's what I was looking for from the girl, but the girl didn't provide that, which is why she's not getting the rest of my money. But nonetheless, um that's what I'm thinking about. Like I want to play with my voice because I need to hear how it sounds when I put a certain type of emotion on certain things that I'm gonna hit home on. And I just haven't had the time to do that. Or I don't even know, well, not the time, because I can make the time, but I don't have the space to do it. Because again, I want to be respectful of my neighbors. I don't want to go in the residence lounge. So I did see that they have this podcast lounge that's out in this suburb. And I thought about going out there and just kind of playing around. But I feel like if I go out there and pay my money to go out there, because it is far from me, it's probably like 45 minutes away from me. I'm gonna have to walk up out of there with some episodes because I'm gonna need all my time. And I don't know how the timing works, like, but I really want to play. Like I want to play. I need to see how it goes. Like I want to record something 15, 20 times and play it back to hear how it sounds. And I feel like the best place to do that though is in my space. Now, somebody also told me to go in my closet and to record it in my closet, but it's not comfortable in my closet. Like my closet got clothes, makeup, dressers, all that kind of stuff. This is comfortable on my couch, but the closet, I guess, would fix the sound, so I don't have to really worry about the sounding because I can close my bathroom door and then I have a curtain that I can hang in the closet doorway, and that way all the sound will stay on the inside. But I don't know. I haven't figured out what's the best way to do that. I also heard that you can go to the library and play. Well, they have podcast rooms. So I may look into that, and at least that's free, right? I can go in there and I can play around in there, and I don't have to worry about anything. And then that way I can at least, maybe I can go in there, perfect how I want to deliver these speeches, and then go and record them at this podcast studio in Homewood. Or I mean, really though, if you're gonna go and play around in the library, I might as well go and record the whole video in the library. But I can't see, this is why though I don't like overthinking, or I don't like having a lot of time to think, because I will overthink it. I will overthink it. I will take days to make a decision, and it's one of those things where it's a gift and a curse, right? Because while that's the way my process is, and I'm able to kind of really pick it apart and make the best decision, sometimes it can slow me down. And at this time, I don't have a lot of time. I got about 6 months to make this pop, which means that I need, like when I say make it pop, like remember, I'm trying to go full time like June. I'm trying to be like, all right, it's been good, y'all. I love y'all. More power to y'all, but I'm retiring from corporate life and I'm gonna work on my own. So yeah, and I'm also, but at the same time, while I'm trying to launch this speaking career, I'm also honing in on my affiliate, right? Because I do affiliate. I have affiliate links and I do Amazon. Y'all sleeping on my Amazon, matter of fact. Make sure y'all go check out my Amazon storefront because y'all sleeping on it. And I be having some good stuff. 95% of my stuff come from Amazon. And it's really because I am impatient. Like I don't like waiting. So like those 1-2 days is about all I'm giving it. I do not have time for the order to be processing 3 and 4 business days, 5 business days. Stuff get to you 2 and 3 weeks late. I don't got time for that. And Amazon ain't never failed me. The longest I've waited on the package from Amazon was probably 2.5 days. And even if I'm waiting 2.5 days, I know I'm getting my money back or something. Something is happening because I like convenience. So 95% of my stuff is from Amazon. So I definitely think y'all need to go check out my storefront. I also have a Shopmy. If you never heard of Shopmy, it's SHOPMY. It's like LTK. So I like Shopmy because Shopmy, like when you click on it, it takes you directly to like the shopping page. LTK makes you go and download their app and do all this other kind of stuff. And to me, that's just not user friendly for me. And so when I thought about what I wanted, how I wanted the girlies to find me, I mean, obviously, I feel like maybe if you're already on LTK, you don't have to do all that. But I don't know, because I had downloaded LTK and then I couldn't get into my account and whatever else was going on, and I was like, you know what? I ain't feeling it, and so whenever someone has an LTK, I'd be like, oh, I wish you didn't have an LTK, because I really do want these links, but I don't want to go to your LTK and look at it. But again, that's just because it didn't seem very user friendly to me. No shades to LTK, but that was my experience. But when I went to ShopMy, I actually saw ShopMy on another influencer, and I went to look at his shoppable page, and I was like, oh, this is really nice, and I like the way it looked, and I didn't have to go out and download a new app and all that other kind of stuff. Like, I was cool. So I went and applied for ShopMy, and so I have ShopMy links as well. I do a lot of makeup and stuff over there on ShopMy, but again, check out my Amazon, check out my ShopMy, and then you girlies know that I am the new Avon girly, right? The Avon lady did not retire. She just transformed into the Avon girly. So a lot of people always say, like, why Avon? Why Avon? Why Avon? Avon is so iconic to me. Like, it is so nostalgic and it's so iconic. And I just really feel like we lost the blueprint there. I don't know who dropped the ball or who put down the torch for Avon, but I picked it back up, and I am going forward with Avon. I am going to restore her back to her legacy where she belongs. And I truly do. I love, first of all, my favorite red is from Avon. Like, and y'all know I love a good red lipstick. And my favorite one is from Avon. I cannot wait until my order come. I did a massive haul, y'all. When I say massive, it is massive. I don't even know how I'm gonna film it. I don't know if I'm gonna film it in sections. I don't know if I'm gonna film it in I don't, I noticed that when I film my content, my long form content, especially my makeup stuff, y'all don't really be feeling it like that. Y'all be like, girly, give it to me straight, 3 minutes or less. But that is time consuming, right? And I know you can just, edit one long video and then cut it up. Which is probably what I may try to do, is just film one long video and then cut it up into, like the sections. But I have to remind myself, like, okay, do I have to come back on and introduce the video again? Because I don't know how you watching this video, right? Do I need to come on and let you know what we're doing? Or is it easier for me just to kind of shoot in 3-minute increments, right? I can kind of shoot and say, okay, I got these 3 lipsticks, and then kind of go through my little 3 minutes there and call it a day. And that's another reason why I have such an issue with reels and all that, because I feel like they don't be long enough, y'all. Like, I be needing time, okay? And that's why I start talking super, super fast, and the girls be like, wait, I'm missing it. And it be because, girl, I be trying to meet that little 3-minute mark, and y'all don't be messing with my long form content. So girlies, interact with the algorithm, okay? Show some love to it, because that's what we need to do. But also interact with the content, the long form content, because that's where I be putting my heart and soul into. That's why I think I like this so much, because I could just talk and talk and talk, and this is what y'all want. Y'all want me to come on here and talk to y'all all day long. So yeah, interact with the content. But going back, Avon, I love Avon. I literally just put the hand cream on before I did this video. I don't know if y'all can see, but I need to fill in. Don't ignore all that. But yeah, I love this hand cream. The Skin So Soft hand cream. Love her down. She smells so good. And then also, like I said, Avon is super nostalgic for me. Like, you guys see these lipsticks? Oh, wait a minute. Not me dropping it, y'all. We're back. First of all, check out the Marshall Fields vintage jewelry holder, right? All from my mom. My mom was a huge Avon consumer, Avon buyer. The Avon lady was at our house all the time. And all of my mom's iconic red lipsticks, my mom wore nothing but red lipstick. All of it was from Avon. And I'm so lucky to still be able to have her lipsticks. Like, I don't even know how I'm gonna save these. Like, I mean, she's been gone now. I want to say probably about maybe about 23 years. And so, and I was able to save all of her, I was able to save all her lipsticks. Like that was the first thing I grabbed was her lipsticks. I actually have her lipstick holder in my bathroom. So I look at it every morning, but her lipsticks were iconic. They were from Avon, and now I have picked up the torch and I am moving forward with Avon. So you guys will see much more Avon content. I love their perfumes. I love their makeup. I love their skincare. They the OG, y'all, when it comes to skincare. Like skincare started with them. The pedicure sets, the manicure sets, cuticle oil, the nail polish, like the foot scrubs. All of that started with Avon. And so I do believe in the brand. I think the brand needs some new, fresh energy, and that's what I'm bringing to it. Right, I'm putting my own spin on it. Right, I think that maybe that's what kind of happened is that it the girlies my age or whatever, we knew about it and it was our mom's favorite and our aunties go-tos and stuff like that. And I think as we got older, obviously new things came out and we got attached to other brands, but I feel like we should go back. Like we should go back. Like it's a good brand. I love all of their stuff, and so I'm putting my own spin on it. Obviously, a girly spin, Ebb in the details all the way. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what I got coming on. I'm gonna also talk about now. Avon also has where you can build a team, right? So I don't want to call it a pyramid scheme. I don't want to call it I guess it's a multi-level marketing, and but there will be no multi-level marketing slander over here, because I do feel like multi-level marketing is, if you are one of those girlies who are out there to get it, which most of you guys are all the girlies who are out here ready to walk into your next era. I feel like multi-level marketing can teach you so much, and it can teach you so much for a small fee, right? And that's sometimes even if you need a small fee. I feel like the training that they put into multi-level marketing and the networking I love the training, I love the networking, and I love just the mindset that they teach you, right? So they teach you a lot of things in multi-level marketing, and I feel like it gets such a bad rep straight off the back because of what we've heard, right? And obviously people who have misused the system, but I feel like it's a lot of pros that comes with it, and if you can make it work for you, then do it. So there will be no slander over here. I used to do multi-level marketing. But right now I am not recruiting for an Avon team. I am solely out here just selling Avon on my own. Now will I get the same later on? I don't know, girlies. I don't know. I feel like this affiliate marketing and obviously what we're doing, which is selling stuff and people getting a percentage of it. Well, you get a percentage of what you sell. I feel like that's a easy residual source of income, right? It's like if it's stuff that you already use and it's stuff that you believe in and that you're going to use and you're willing to talk about it, then why not do affiliate marketing? I feel like that it can pay. It's probably, now some people it can pay lots and lots of bills with people, but some people it might just be enough to pay your phone bill or pay your Wi-Fi bill or pay your light bill, or that's your weekly self-care budget, things like that. So if you've been thinking about getting into affiliate marketing, get into it, do it, don't wait. And if you are interested in the MLM or multi-level marketing, or if you are curious about it and what my thoughts are on it, then come back, because I'm gonna shoot a video about it, because that's just how I feel like, again, they get so much heat from people misusing it. And yes, people do misuse it, but I do feel like if you can get in there and you can move strategically, you can make some money and you can gain some skills. And that's just what I'm gonna say, right? So be on the lookout for that video. I'll probably have it out next week, because I did think about filming it this weekend. Probably this weekend I'll have it out. Because again, I feel like it's a source of income, and it's a source of it's a resource that people are not using because they have apprehensions about it. And I feel like people are not really talking about it the right way. Like even when I kind of was looking it up, people were trying to sell me that. Now get this, they were selling me the vision, right? You're gonna do this, and in this many days you can do this and this and this and this. I'm gonna give you the blueprint. It's up to you to follow the blueprint. But I feel like for videos when you are recruiting, you have to address the elephant in the room. Like, address the elephant in the room that this is, people are going to call this a pyramid scheme. People are going to call it this. Now, of course, we don't want to say those type of words because we don't want to tie that stigma to multi-level marketing, but it's already out there. It's already out there. And I just feel like if we address it, it'll be much better. Like, just address the elephant in the room. Tell me what it is. Tell me what I'm gonna get out of it. Don't invite me to no secret meeting. Like, girl, just let me know. Like, everybody out here trying to get a bag. Everybody here trying to check a bag. If you got a bag that I can check, or you got a blueprint to tell me how to check this bag, then be upfront with me and let me know, and let me make the decision if I'm gonna come or not. Now, after I kind of get there is when you sell me the vision, right? Make sure you can sell me the vision too. And I do feel like some people sell you the vision really well. Like, some people can really sell you the vision, and then others can't. But I also feel like it forces you to walk the walk and talk the talk. Like, being an MLM, you have to, because again, people are looking at the lifestyle and they want to know, like, okay, well, that's what you're selling. You're selling, this lifestyle of, you can sell products or services that you believe in and that you really like, and have the freedom that you want, and check a bag. Like, that's all we really want, right? We want to be able to spend money how we want to spend money, and we want to be able to do it when we want to do it, and have the time we want to have time, and make money, right? If we can just go to work and just socialize and make money all day, then I'm sure everybody would do that. But I mean, that's what the goal is. So yeah, I'll be back for a video on that. But yeah, so you guys will see more content like that on my page. We're gonna lean heavy into our affiliate marketing in our Avon. So that's my ShopMine, my Amazon store in Avon. And you guys are going to see lots and lots and lots of motivational content. And that's including the podcast, because the podcast, I only really talk about motivational stuff on there. Now, I'm still trying to figure out, where do my other kind of videos live, like the ones I just kind of told you about, like my opinion on multi-level marketing, or books that you should be reading, or books that you should read that people are not kind of talking about. Where does that content kind of live? And I think that'll just live here on YouTube, right? This is all a part of my ecosystem. And a part of my ecosystem is me not only pouring into you and giving you that encouragement and that guidance that you need. It's also giving you strategic plays, right? I'm gonna give you the blueprint, girlie. I'm gonna give you the play. It's up to you to walk it. But I feel like those are the other things, that the kind of content I'm filming. That's the strategy part of this. Those are the actionable items of this, because I don't want to just be a girlie who's just gonna be there to cheer you on. Girl, you don't need a lot of cheering, because you that girl. Like, point blank, you're that girl. And I know that it takes some of us a little bit longer to acknowledge that. And I think that's where the encouragement kind of goes in, and the cheering, and encouraging you to walk into your era. But I also want to give you the play. I need to give you the strategy, right? We soft and strategic, pretty and powerful, right? I'm gonna give you the pretty stuff. I'm gonna give you all the pretty details of the stuff you should be wearing, you should be spraying on you, you should be putting on your lips and clothes and stuff like that. But I'm also gonna give you, what do you do? I'm gonna give you the play for what do you do after you kind of get in these rooms, right? After the beauty kind of gets you in these rooms that you're going in, or after the beauty makes you feel and builds your confidence. What's next, right? Like, what's next? And that's where the strategy and the strategicness comes in at, and the power moves and things like that. So yeah, I think that's mainly my content. Like, I had thought about doing like y'all travel, but I'm not traveling no more. So it's like, I'm not traveling no more. And with me not traveling as much as I am, I can't be a travel content girly too. Like, I just can't. Like, and I ain't gonna even lie, like, it is exhausting. It was so exhausting to even think about all those pillars that I was trying to do, right? I was trying to do travel, I was trying to do experiences, I was trying to do this, I was trying to do that. And I was like, girl, wait a minute. Like, you don't plant in so many seeds that you ain't even looking at the seeds that's already sprouting, which was the motivation, which was the podcast. Like I said, like, they really have sprouted in the last 2 weeks. And it was like, but I'm so focused over here trying to plant more seeds that, girl, I was getting lost in the process myself. Like, and I was feeling so overwhelmed. And I'm like, I can't be feeling like this. Like, I have to kind of narrow down, like, what I'm gonna focus on. Like, what is the focus? And the focus, again, like I said, is those three things I named, right? That's what I'm into. I'm into motivation, I'm into reviews, and I'm into lifestyle. I guess is what they call it, lifestyle. And so that's where I am. So like I said, if you do catch me filming at a hotel or something like that. That's just some fun stuff, right? So that's something I just kind of did because I was just kind of feeling in the moment. But best believe it's going to be tied back to one of those three pillars that I have. Same thing with experiences, right? So you guys are going to see on the future episodes of the Pretty and the Powerful, on Tuesdays, we're going to start taking ourselves on dates. And that's where we're going to talk about the lifestyle part of, of this, right? Like, what, with us being forever 29 and single, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, I think that I took a long, hard look at my dating life and my social life, and I had to come to terms with some things. And again, this is me. It's gonna be, my opinion and what I feel, and I'm just sharing it with the other girlies, right? But yeah, it'll be real life content like that, like content like today, like, hey, I just had a strategy session and this is how I feel about it. Or, I just had a consultation and this is how I feel about it. We'll also be talking about just like different stuff. Like, I mean, I guess off the top of my head, obviously we're going to talk about dating and we're going to talk about friendships. Because making friends at this big age is not easy, and it can get a little weird. But yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We'll talk about some family stuff, like just kind of like family dynamics. I'm a mom. I'm not a mom. Yeah, I'm a mom. I'm not a mom. I'm an auntie. I'm a rich auntie. Like my nieces and nephews said, I'm a rich auntie. But I'm also a sister. I'm a daughter. So yeah, we'll talk about a little bit about that. And yeah, and then obviously we'll be talking about the place that we're in. So like I said, that's a little bit of content, but that content of me kind of talking about that coffee, I'm gonna show y'all the coffee shop. I'm gonna plug the coffee shop, and we're gonna get our coffee. I'm gonna tell y'all if it's good or not, and then we're gonna sit down and get into the real stuff. We're gonna get into the details. We're gonna be getting too much to the details of the coffee spot and why you should come here and what the menu look like and all of that. Nah, girl, I'm gonna give you the website. You can go check it out yourself. I'm gonna give you their IG. Boom, boom, boom. But we're finna get into the details of this other stuff because we got other stuff to talk about. So that's what you guys are going to be seeing. I know that this is different. This is different for me, and this is different for people who know me, but I'm truly embracing what I've been told, for years, and also, what the vision that I've been shown from God. So I know also too, one thing that I got a couple of comments about is that a lot of people didn't know about my faith. And my faith is not something. Now, I will say this. In the past, I went on a faith journey. We'll talk about that later. But in the past, I have not been as vocal about my faith because I never wanted to feel like I was pushing my faith on anybody. But I remember my grandma telling me a quote, like, like, don't, like, God would say something along the lines of, like, don't deny me in the public or in the masses, right? Don't be behind closed doors like, oh, Jesus, I love you, and God, blah 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 blah. And then in the public, you like, yeah, I know him. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of vibes. So obviously I didn't want that, right? I was like, oh no, I definitely don't want that. But I also was like, well, you know what? I don't have to be apologetic about and kind of downplay my faith. My faith is my faith. What you girlies believe in is what you girlies believe in. I'm respectful of that. And this is an all-inclusive platform. And there's no mean girl energy over here. Like no mean girl energy allowed at all. Even when people are asking for advice, I am very, very conscious of what I'm going to say and what I am saying, because I am not here to hurt your feelings, girlies. I don't want y'all hurting your own feelings, and I don't want y'all hurting each other's feelings. That's not what we do over here. There is no mean girl energy, which is why I really try not to say stuff like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, because that to me, that's just rooted in it's not coming from a nice place when people say that. It doesn't feel nice either. Like, how you go against on them content creator pages and they be like, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this, and then you be like, girl, like tone it down. Like, are you my friend or what? Like, my friend wouldn't talk to me like that. My friend would talk to me with a little bit more love and kindness in her voice. And so that's what I built my platform off of, is that there's no mean girl energy over here. But going back is that, and you know what, girl, I just thought my whole train of thought. I lost it. But overall, because we're gonna wrap this up because it's almost gonna be an hour. You guys will see. Oh, I'm talking about my Christian faith. So again, I was like, you know what? I don't have to downplay my Christian faith. My Christian faith and my values is my They're mine, right? They're mine. And if you find Jesus and you go and you find some new faith and a new way of thinking, because of the content that I've been putting out and how I speak so much about God and what He's asking us to do and what's kind of happening. If you decide to take another walk down and start your own faith journey, then yes, absolutely, girls. If you ever need encouragement, let me know. I tell my friends all the time Bible scriptures that I've read, Bible stories that I've heard, and things I've learned about in the Bible, and I'll be sharing that on my platform as well. So um again, I feel like you can still get the details even if you don't believe in my faith and the things that I believe in. There's still something here for you, right? There's still a message here for you. But I'm not going to downplay my faith and act like I don't really know God like that when I really do, in the masses. Like, 'cause, he's the reason I'm here. Like, he is the reason I'm here. He's the reason I'm here with everything. He's the reason why I'm walking down this path. He's the reason for what they say. He's the reason for the season. But he is everything. So that's that. I know we rattled a lot, but again, this is what I heard Vlogmas was about. And I'm gonna stop saying that too, because at the end of the day, if you here to check out the content, then you here to check out the content, girlies, and I'm gonna give it to y'all. So this was fun. Day 4 tomorrow. I am going to really work really hard to get day 1, 2, and 3 posted. This video is gonna probably take an hour to export, but it's early, so we got time. It's 7:19, so I got time to export this and then hopefully get the first two. If I can get the first 2 videos edited and put on the platform, that'd be great. So that's what I'm gonna focus on tonight. But I will see you girlies tomorrow. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Make sure you guys are sharing, saving, liking, hitting the bell so you never miss a detail. And yeah, share this out with the other girlies because they need the word too. All right, girlies, until tomorrow.